Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to play another Steve Moakler song. This one's called Thing About Us, and I'll play it through a couple times for you, and then I'll show you how to play it. Okay, so that was pretty much the intro, verse 1, and the chorus. So for this song, the key to this song is you're not going to play the low E at all, or excuse me, the high E at all. Whenever you strum and whenever you pick, you don't want to play the high E at all. So keep that in mind when you play this song. But for the most part, the first chord is you're in no capo for the song. I'm in a D. I take the middle finger off, so I just have my pointer and ring finger on there, and that's the first chord. And what you want to do really to start the song is hit the open D string, which is the third string from the top. That's how you want to start the song. So you want to go, and then you go up to a G, and for this it's kind of a G. If you have your regular G here, you take your pointer off and take your pinky off. Again, you really don't want to mess around with that that high E string. Try not to play that one throughout the whole song. But anyway, so you have your regular G. Just take your pointer off, and you can get away with playing it this way for this song. So again, you're in the D, no middle finger. Start off with that open one. And when you jump into this, I guess whatever G this is, you want to make sure you hit that top note. Whether you hit it by itself or you just kind of hit it on your way down as you hit a few strings. But you want to hit that string because this song, it's really all about hitting the bass notes. So this is pretty much the bass notes for this song. Again, are kind of the most important ones. So you're going to go. And that's an E minor. Well, again, really no pinky on there. Just an E minor. And again, once you go into that next note, you're hitting the A string, which is the second string from the top, and it's held down by the pointer. So after you go to the E minor, you pretty much keep your ring finger on this whole time. After you're at the E minor, you hammer on to the D string with your you can do it with your middle finger or your pointer. I use the pointer, and again, the D string is the third string from the top, so you're hammering onto that with your middle or your pointer. So from the beginning, you got the D, back to the D, and that's the verse, and that's pretty much mainly the whole song. The chorus is slightly different, but for this song, the cool thing is you can kind of play it a couple of different ways. Kind of what I do is I pick out those bass notes. and in the I guess in the middle, or in between the chords, I just have a steady little kind of back up, up down strum pattern. It's not really too complicated, but I know there's a couple different versions out there with his acoustic version and the studio version or whatever. So that's how I play it. Again, you can also just if you're not the best drummer, you can just kind of go back and forth. So again, the main things are the kind of just hitting the bass notes and then hitting that hammer on. So you play that through twice, and again that starts G, or it starts D, this version of a D, an E minor, then that hammer on. So those are the 4 chords. Again, it starts in D. You go through that twice, and on the second time through, to get into the, I guess it would be the chorus. Let's see. Yeah, I guess for the first verse, it goes first verse, then second verse. So it says you don't have to say a word at the beginning of the first verse. And at the end of the first verse, it says maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. What you want to do for that, and again, the verse is you're just going through this twice. So once you go to that hammer on for the second time, you're going to go into the part where he says maybe that's the thing, maybe that's the thing. He says it twice. Once you go into that hammer on, you just go into this weird G, and then you go into E minor, and you're just letting that bass, the top string, nothing's on it, you're just kind of letting that ring out. So I'll play kind of moving into that pre-chorus, or whatever you want to call it. So after you do that for the first time, you go right back into the D, G, and that will start the, I guess, second verse, which it says where he says, I don't have to move my feet to dance with you. You don't have to look to see that my love is true. So again, you'll play that twice. For that part, I guess we call that one verse 2. And again, at the end of that verse, he says, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. He says it twice. So again, you're just, for that second verse, you're going to go. So once you hit that hammer on for the second time, you go into that weird kind of funky G, and then you go into your E minor, and you just kind of let that, let that open E string kind of ring out. So after that second verse, he actually goes into the chorus where it says, easy like a day goes by, you and I. And for that, that's pretty much, you start with the funky G, and when you go into your E minor, you're letting that, you're not hitting these strings, you're just kind of hitting that top string open, okay? Back to your D. And then this next one, so you go G, E minor with the big open E, and then you go down to this D. And what you do next is you move your pointer up one string, so it's now on the second fret still, third from the top. Then you put your middle finger on the string right below it. G. And then on the second time around, you go into a C, C at 9. And then I just could do kind of a hammer off. I think he does something weird where he puts his pinky and middle finger on a string and slides it down. But sometimes simple is best with me. So I just do kind of a C minor or a C at 9, and I just hammer off on that pointer finger. Again, so the chorus. I guess this isn't a traditional song. The structure of the song is a little bit different, so I don't want to be confusing. But I'll run through the chorus again one more time. Back in your verse. So that's actually pretty much the whole song. Yeah, he goes into the third verse after that. And then it goes into the chorus again, and then at the very end he just kind of strums for a little bit. So so again, I'll play through the verse, the bridge. And I'll play all the way through the first chorus just to kind of give you guys an idea of what the pattern is again. So this is verse. So this goes into the chorus. Then you go back into verse after that. So the important thing, I guess, with this song is just kind of hitting the bass notes. And then you can fill in between with, I guess, light strumming, or you can just do the steady back and forth kind of beat that I had going, or you can do whatever you want with it, really. But I guess another important thing to remember, I know I said earlier, but remember, try not to hit the high E string on this song. It makes a pretty big difference. I don't think it really sounds very good at all when you play it with if you have a D and you have your middle finger down there, or you play G and you have your pinky down there. I don't think it sounds super good, so try to stay away from not hitting the high E string on this. But hopefully that wasn't too confusing, and it should give you an idea as to how the song is played. And I just remember to hit those bass notes. Those are the most important things. So good luck, and have a good one.